Hey everyone, I am here for part 2 of my blush collection. This is going to be like drugstore or more affordable blushes, if you will. Part 1 included my higher end, like MAC and Tarte and blah blah blah. I will link that down below. It is already up on my channel, so I will link it down below if you missed it. So let's just jump in. I have a lot of blushes to share with you. So we are going to start with, oh my gosh, I have so many blushes. We're going to start with e.l.f. because I've got like 6 or 7 of these that I want to get out of the way. So, oh my goodness. Let's start with one of my favorites. This is called Mellow Mauve. Very, very, very pretty. As you can see, I've hit pan on it. I've used it a ton. I've owned this for probably 2 years. It is by far my favorite lower end. I don't know if I can say it's my favorite blush overall. Actually, I probably could say this is my favorite blush overall. So very, very gorgeous. Really easy to work with. I will link all of these blushes that I talked about in the description box below. Well, I'll at least list them in order that I show them. I will put links to anything that has a link online. So next, we're going to continue on with e.l.f. This is Blushing Rose. Now this one's kind of dark. It's similar to Mellow Mauve, but it's a little bit darker and a little bit more difficult to work with on your skin, whereas Mellow Mauve you can kind of use a light hand and it's easier to work with. This one, as you can see, you can still see the e.l.f. I don't use it a ton. I just don't grab it. You know, I prefer some of my other blushes, but it is pretty. It's got a very subtle shimmer to it. It's a little bit darker if you're looking for something darker, if you have a darker skin tone. It's pretty, but not one that I grab for a ton. Next, this is Tickled Pink. This is like a lighter pink color. It's pretty. Again, I don't grab it a ton. It's a little bit too light. You know, you kind of have to apply a couple different layers to get a light or a color out of it to actually see it on your cheeks. But if you're fair toned, very fair toned, I think that Tickled Pink would be a nice option for you. And all of these are only $3 on e.l.f.'s website, or you can buy e.l.f. from Target that I know of. I think other stores are starting to sell e.l.f. But this one, okay, right now I'm going to tell you, Pink Passion is no good. Like, if you're going for like a clown or maybe Barbie for Halloween, go ahead and pick this up. But as far as everyday wear, please, can you see that? I think you can see that that is just too much. And it's like matte. There's not a lot of shimmer to it. In fact, I don't think there's any. So that makes it even worse. It's like you straight up put chalk on your face. It's no good. I don't know why I haven't thrown it out. I think because I want to use it to warn people not to waste their money on Pink Passion, but like I said, no skin tone would be good for that. In my opinion, now, if Pink Passion is your favorite blush ever, I am so sorry. But it's just too much for me. Like, I like something that's easier to work with and doesn't look too extreme. I like the natural look, and that is not doing it. Then I have Twinkle Pink. This is pretty. It is similar to Tickled Pink. So Tickled Pink and Twinkle Pink. It's very similar, but it's got more of a twinkle to it. It's got more shimmer, like quite a bit more shimmer, and it pulls a little bit more peachy. So that is it. I wish I gave this one a little more attention. It's pretty, but I feel like I don't grab it enough because I have too many blushes, but that is one that I would totally recommend if you're looking for that nice peachy glow look for the summer. Then Twinkle Pink would be great for you. Then I have Fuchsia Fussion. Now this one's a little bit extreme too. It's got a little bit more of a purple undertone to it than the Pink Passion, but it is very extreme, very pigmented. You know, you gotta kind of know what you're doing if you're gonna use this one. Like, if you're new to blush, then this one would probably be difficult for you, and you're gonna see that it looks a little bit crazy unless you know how to really, really blend and work with it. But I do think it's pretty. It's got a nice shimmer to it. And then the last one from e.l.f. that I have is called Candid Coral. Now this one is one of my favorites, as you can see by that dip. I think you can see in there. It's gorgeous. It's like a nice apricot coral color. I don't know, it's definitely got some orange tones to it, but it's got a very subtle shimmer. Really pretty. This one I like when you have tan skin. Like, if you're fair skin like me and you've gotten a suntan from the summer, this is one of those ones I love to just pop on over that suntan to really nice like give that nice glow. So Candid Coral is one of my favorites. I would recommend, if you're looking on e.l.f.'s website and you want to buy one of these blushes, probably Candid Coral or Mellow Mauve would be the two I recommend. Then I do have one cream blush from e.l.f., but I do not like this. I'm not even going to swatch it. It's a hot mess. Like, I'm going to throw this away after this video. I just found it when I was organizing and I was going to make this video. If you're going to try cream blush, you have to have the right cream blush because it's difficult to do a cream blush. But e.l.f. is not where it's at for cream blush. So we're just going to move on. Now, as far as a good cream blush, this is NYX Rouge Cream Blush in Tea Rose. This is so, so pretty. Now, it's dark. Like, I'm going to try to swatch it for you. And, okay, I'm going to, yeah. Like I said, it's dark. I'm going to try to, okay, right there. I think you can see that there's definitely a color to it. But once you blend it in really good, you're going to get just a nice, subtle glow from it. It's way easier to work with. If you're a beginner with cream blush, I would definitely recommend NYX, their Cream Blush Rouge, and specifically Tea Rose. It's really pretty. It's easy to work with, pretty affordable. Then I have, let's go with my Milani. I have 3 of the Milani baked blushes. This is called Rose D Oro. This is so pretty, very rose colored. Now these are pigmented, like way, way pigmented. If you're looking for a drugstore pigmented blush, then go with one of these Milani baked blushes. So that's Rose D Oro right there. Then this is Luminoso. This is very talked about here in the YouTube community. Like, in fact, I saw Ingrid, Miss Glamorazzi, I almost blanked on her name. I saw her talk about this a while back in a favorites. I think it may have even been last summer that she talked about it, but it is gorgeous. It's a nice light peachy color. You can see right there, so that's Luminoso. And then the last one that I have is called Bellissimo Bronze. This is definitely the darkest of the 3 that I own, but again, really, really pretty, nice and bronzy. Sorry about my swatches, but as you can see, very pigmented in these Milani blushes. Worth your money. They're a little bit more expensive when it comes to drugstore bronzers. I want to say they're around 10 bucks a piece, but they are worth that $10. If you're looking for a good blush from the drugstore, it would definitely be from Milani. Then I've got, from Physicians Formula, I just put this in my spring favorite, so I'm not going to go over it too much, but this is the natural from Physicians Formula, their Sexy Booster Sexy Glow blush, and it smells really good. Then from Maybelline, this is one of their newer blushes. Like, it came out the beginning of the year when all of the drugstore brands were coming out with a ton of new polishes. This is what it looks like. It is gorgeous. It's like a woven look with like the lighter, like the white, then the light pink, and then the dark pink, and you just kind of swirl your brush inside of there and get a really pretty color. This is called Pink Rose. I think this is really pretty. I think it's great for highlighting, especially like putting it right on that cheekbone gives you just a gorgeous pinky glow. Then, okay, I'm getting down there. I've got from Hard Candy the Fox in a Box right there. It is called Truth or Dare. There's a couple different shades, but my son is trying to set on me. So this is Fox in a Box. I'm going to hold it up here. A pink and a bronze color. Gorgeous. I like to wear them together. The pink is a little bit light. You're not really going to see it on its own, but if you mix it up with the bronze, it gives you this really nice pink bronzy glow. So that's Truth or Dare. I have owned this forever. I think they still sell it though, but this is one of my first blushes that I bought when I really got into making YouTube videos. I remember way back in like 2010 I bought that, and I still own it and I love it. Then from Hard Candy I have 3 more. These are all their baked blushes. This one is called Living Doll, and it does remind me of a doll. It's very, very pink. As you can see right there, and they're baked, so you can apply them dry, and they're a little bit lighter colored and, you know, easier to work with, or you can wet your brush when you use these baked blushes and you can get a more vibrant, darker color. They all have shimmers, all of these little Hard Candy ones, so they're really pretty. Then the next one is Honeymoon. I have owned this for a really long time. It's a nice kind of apricot peachy color with a little bit of shimmer in it. Again, it's a baked blush like the other one. And then Pin Up is the last one. This one's darker. It's very similar to Honeymoon, but it has a little bit of the darker browns inside of that like marbleized look. So it does kind of pull a little bit darker on your skin. So if you have a little bit darker skin tone, this one is called Pin Up. This one might be better for you than Honeymoon. So I love all three of them though. Those are some of my favorite. I would recommend if you're trying hard candy, which is available only at Walmart. One of these L'Oreal Visible Lift and Peach Gold Lift. Now these are really cool. They're kind of like a spongy. It's hard to describe it unless you feel it. It's like a sponge. They're very soft. These are easy to work with though. They're kind of creamy, but when you apply them, they kind of start to dry as you're rubbing it in, and it almost looks like a powdered blush. I don't know. They're really pretty. I like that nice shimmer that you can see in there. I would recommend these Visible Lifts from L'Oreal. They are, however, a little bit pricey, like $12 because they're like the Visible Lift and they're supposed to help, but I just think it's a pretty color. Then I have from Rimmel, this is called Pink Sorbet. I don't know if this is still available as I have owned this for a long time, but it's really pretty. It's got a very subtle shimmer to it, easy to work with, a nice light color, nice pinky peach light color. I do like that. Very cheap. I want to say that was like $2. Then from BH Cosmetics, this is Daisy, their blush duo. It does have a blush and a highlighter inside. I like to kind of mix the two, or some days, I've only used this 2 or 3 times, it's pretty new to me. Sometimes I'll put the blush on my cheeks and then I will highlight with that, or sometimes I will just mix the two together. But these are pretty. This is my first BH Cosmetics blush. This brand right here, you can buy it only on their website. I have a bunch of their eye palettes though, and I do really like it, so I'm probably going to look at getting, because they have a couple of different of these blush duos, so I might look at getting some more, but really like that. Then I have 2 from Revlon. These are both really new. They came out this year. This is the Rose Glow highlighting palette. It has just like 5 different rosy colors inside there, everything from neutral to a dark with some shimmer. I like to mix them all together, and it just, again, it gives you that really nice glow. Like if you just get a suntan and you just throw this on, it looks like you were just kissed by the sun. So I would recommend this if you're looking for something that's just recently come out, something new from the drugstore, then this palette would be awesome for you. And then this one I'm not a huge fan of. I'm going to be honest with you. This is called Racy Rose from Revlon. It is just really dark. I'm hoping that my swatch that I knew it. On my cheeks, it's more difficult to work with, but I don't know if my swatch is gonna really, yeah, you can see that. It pulls very red, like too red, especially when you have red hair. I think I prefer things to pull a little more orange. I think it's more subtle, but this is like really red, and you can tell when it almost looks like you're blushing in a bad way or you got sunburnt. I don't know that I would recommend this one really, but I do own it. And then the last one that I have is from Pixi. I buy my Pixi from Target. You can also go to their website. This is kind of like an apricot. It gives you a nice glow. This is called Purest Peach. It's like it pulls more orange or peachy than it does pink, but it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. I like it. I want to try some more from Pixi. This is my first Pixi blush. I own a few of their eye products, but I do like this a lot. It's a little bit more expensive as far as drugstore goes, like $10 to $12 for this, but it is really pretty, and I think I like it. I'm going to be trying to use this one a little bit more, especially because I paid so much for it, and it's small. Like, it's tiny compared to some of these other ones, like really nice and easy to throw in your bag. But anyways, I feel like I'm losing my voice because I have recorded both of my blush videos so far today. I've been talking nonstop. I feel like my voice is so dry right now. So I hope you enjoyed my blush video. Definitely let me know in the comments some of your favorite blushes. Check out the description box below for a list of all of the blushes that I talked about in the order I mentioned them. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.